anxious to start this series. You know, a good friend of mine told me or suggested that I do it, and I was just like, forever, no, 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 no. Number one, this is for the life path number one. This is for numerology of one, just the vibration of one. Now, to begin, yes, ones, they are considered the leaders, and it's funny because you will find most ones trying to do anything but lead. They lead in their own right. When you say leader, most people think of like a general, an army, the leader of that just marching and saying, you know, charge. Well, it's not really like that. You got two sides. You got two sides to the coin. You do have a lot of ones that will not lead for nothing. Like, they will be the ones that's kind of in the background. They will look different. They will stand out somehow. You know, they have a lot of skills or personal skills to their identity, you know, a little flair, you know, something is kind of like odd or off about them. However, they won't always stand up and say, oh, I'm the leader in this situation, or I'm going to take the lead. They could be very comfortable in a supportive role. Okay? Because you have to remember, while number ones are supposed to be the leaders and they're meant to be the leaders, that's the same thing that they're trying to work towards being. So there's a lot of doubt and things of that nature when it comes to ones being the leader. But a lot of time, ones, they lead in another sense. Like I said, if they're not out there, you know, telling people, hey, you know, suggesting to people, you know, this is what you should do. This is where we're at in the world. This is how we should move forward. If they're not directly telling people that, what they may be doing is just showing up in their own life. Like, it'll be something different about them and the way that they do things. It could be the way that they look, because something about ones, they never could really be on beat with the trends. You know, like, they never are really in on the trends. And you know what another funny thing is, for ones to be the leader so much, for them to never be in on the trends, it's like they look different. They look like an individual. So it's not even about other people getting on board and saying, okay, I'm going to follow number one. That happens. That happens quite a bit, but it's not always that way. It'll just be the number one really naturally in the process of things, just doing their own thing, having their own look, you know, approaching life in the way that they want, you know, very strong. But a lot of ones, it's not like, it's like I said, it's not direct. So it's not like they're just out there saying, okay, well, you should do this and that and this and that. No, they just kind of lead through the energy of one, just showing up different, just being different, just looking different, just having their own style and going about things their own way. Now, this can make number ones particularly defiant and hard-headed. And, you know, even at a young age, it could be kind of hard to just reel them in and make them follow a sort of plan or schedule or things of that nature. Like, a lot of them will act like, okay, well, I'm following the rules that it's put in place, but always somewhere in the back of one's mind, ones are thinking, I'm going to do my own thing because this person is just throwing their weight around. They're not even giving me any good reasons why I should be doing what they're suggesting that I should be doing, and therefore I'm not going to do it. So, the ones, they have a natural offbeat energy. Now, it's so fun. It is so fun to hear people say, yeah, you're the leader, you know, you lead others, and like, people follow you. Isn't it so fun? And doesn't it feel so powerful hearing that? Until you actually are in like the one vibration and you realize that it's a pain in the butt, for the simple fact that, think about anybody who's ever started anything. Listen, yes, when it's first started, people ain't on it like that. Like, think about anything new that ever happened. Now, I'm not talking about like something new, like, oh, the PS5 is out. Oh my gosh, that's new. But yeah, we done had the PS4, 3, 2, 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like that. I'm talking about something brand new to where it's changing things. It's changing things in life. And people have that iffy feeling about it. I mean, think about it. At one point in time, before, like when the television first came out, people literally said it was evil and things like goblins and things of that nature was going to be hopping off up out of the television, snatching bodies and things. So you had people scared of televisions. Now look. So think about that television and like the start of the television, the creation of television has been the number one. So the whole thing about what I'm saying and the point that I'm meaning here is that the hard aspect to number one is, yes, being different, because it ain't easy being different, especially with most people jumping on the bandwagon. But the hard aspect about being one is that you're not purposely trying to be different every single time. Like something, it's just like in the vibration, it's, you naturally are different. Like I said, the attractions that you have, the tastes that you have, the things that you go after, like creating stuff, people are going to see it as different. And the challenge to this for the number ones is that you have to be willing to trust yourself. So, it's like I said, like when you start something, people are not on board with it. So you're going to be walking down your path, your life path by yourself for a while, maybe. And then like when people start seeing like, okay, this works and it's working for them and it makes sense, then they'll follow you on your path. And sometimes it's not even directly like they're following you on your path. Like sometimes ones have people just imitate them and don't give ones a credit. Ones will do something and then the next thing you know, other people are doing it and they don't even make it a hidden thing. It's just like out in public. Like, okay, well, out in the open, I'm going to copy you, number one. I'm going to do what you're doing because I like what you did, but I'm not going to give you credit for it. So number ones, you really have to like patent your stuff, protect your ideas, get copyrights, different things of that nature, or just like, I mean, can you get a copyright for your identity? I don't know. But I'm just saying, my point is this. Ones will do something, like just a behavior, a technique, a tactic, a style. And then you will see other people emulate the number one. But it's not like they're saying number one, thank you for this, not all the time, So, and they can try to match what the number one is doing, but they can never quite get it exactly like the number one. Because why? Because the number ones have their own unique thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that people want to like touch, feel, grab, and try to get, but they can't. So this is another thing with number ones. Number ones can sometimes be made fun of, especially like growing up, because something's different about them. And if you, number ones, like for real, if you are purposely, right? If you are purposely trying to be normal, you could just be like, why can't I be normal? It'll be something in your life that it seems like it's purposely trying to make your life a normal. And you're just like, gosh, mom, my friends are over. Why can't I just be normal? Like, why can't y'all just be normal? It'll be like the lifestyle, the family, the setup, the situational setup and things, right? That will always make number one like seem so weird, odd, and offbeat. And then somewhere along the line, number ones just give up. They're just like, okay, you guys just give up. Have it. Have everything normal that I'm supposed to have, take it. What does this mean for number ones? Well, let's just go here. Because Number one, what this means for you is that your life path, yes, you're here to be different, but you are here to gain some sort of independence. Because as much as ones like to be independent, even in relationships, uh, ones tend to get into situations to where it's dependency, lots of dependency. Dependency on family members, dependency on friends, dependency on love relationships, or it could be vice versa, like people depending on ones, people depending, but it'll be to the point to where the one struggles to like get its identity out there, to get on its right path. Because it's like there's these obstacles, you gotta fight people, it's like you gotta fight for your right to walk on your path. And I'm gonna tell you, number one, it's not until you really own it. It's not until you really just say, you know what? Enough is enough. This is who I am, and this is where I'm going. And you have to claim that, you have to own it, and that's when people start saying, oh my gosh, look at one. Like, one is banging. You have to remember that, because it's almost like as you go and you are, trying to determine what your life is all about, and you're trying to adapt to these things that make your life feel, okay, I'm going on the right road. This is what it's all about. You have to understand that because it's new and it's different to other people, yeah, they're going to talk you out of it. Or yeah, they're going to try to take and harness that energy of yours and just like try to use your energy to filter it through themselves a lot of time. Like, this happens. People will do this. Like, okay, if I can just get number one and just, I miss them again. Like, kind of grab them and hold them. I can make number one's energy work for me and my business and my goals, because there is this energy of just fresh, young and vibrant and new and all those things. So along one's path, people are like, no, you can't do that, or no, like, come over here and do this for me. You're not doing anything anyways, whatever. And then one has to, it messes with one's confidence somewhere, because one has to, pull its energy back, and own up, stand up to people, and just own their position in life. Just own it. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that ones are easy, because ones could be particularly difficult, especially in the world of relationships and love affairs, because one tends to be like good. At the end of the day, one doesn't need another person or thing or entity to make it one, like to make it itself. One is good on its own, and it likes independence, and it craves freedom. So a lot of times in relationships with others, one can come off particularly distant and detached from their partner. And one is just like, no, I just want time alone. I need time to think. I'm working on things. And people don't understand, like, well, in order to create something, in order to start something, in order to really discover the path that you're on, you gotta be, you're working, you're thinking, there's trial and errors in this thing. You know what I'm saying? There's trial and errors, and they don't get that. That's trial and errors because it's something that has not been done before, and you first trying to do it, and then when you're trying to do it, and people getting in the way, and they don't get it, and then you're like, well, this is something new. You ain't never seen nothing like this before, so I don't know why you all up in my face. I don't know why you all on my back. Sit back and relax, okay? So ones just have to have their personal space. They just have to have that time alone. It doesn't mean that ones are out with other people doing other things. As a matter of fact, that will be one of the dependent numbers, would be more of the ones that'll say, okay, well, if I can't get what I'm looking for from you, I'm going to go to someone else. Ones can definitely be very loyal. They could be very loyal to a fault. It's just their energy is very consolidated, and it's like the universe is saying, no, you were put here for a reason, and you have to try to attempt to travel this path. Like, maybe you won't complete everything, but you won't feel complete if you don't try. Like you have to at least try. So ones, you're not supposed to fall into these places, like stuck places, and remain there. You're not supposed to be the follower of other people. What I will say for advice is that ones, yes, at some point you should practice listening to others, and you should practice learning from others, and particularly others that probably has similar experiences than you. Don't get caught up in that, because I'm a firm believer that stuff gets put in our way, in our path, on our road, that we need to hear at the time that we need to hear it. So it's always good to listen, and be open to hearing, learning, receiving, because it'll be like those tender, sensitive aspects of ones, that you deal with throughout life, that help you on your journey, on your path. Ones, you have to be particularly intuitive. In a lot of times, ones get in their own way. They have to keep learning this lesson over and over again until they get it. Because think about it, it's like a manifesting thing, like a master manifester that ones can be, because ones tend to grab things like out of the air to bring down, and you have to be intuitive. You have to be an intuitive person. You have to be a person that's able to have a relationship with themselves. Now, I will say this too, for advice for number ones. Think, because, we're in a different world and we're able to learn this type of information about ourselves. We're really, truly blessed. And I say, have it work for you. If anything, if nothing else, have it work for you. Like, for example, you do want a relationship, you do want a partnership. Be able to take time to give to your partner, but have conversations with them, regular conversations about, well, this is what I'm doing, and you have to give me my time. Because if you don't, it'll be like people attaching to you, and ones come across a lot of people and different energies, because like I said, a lot of people may seek you out for advice, or just some type of like, can you show me? Can you show me the ways? So, yes. I made this video long enough, but I'll do other videos. I'll do more videos. It doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? But, so number one, I will say this. It doesn't matter what you try. You will have failed attempts. Okay? Because that's part of making you strong. And that's part of you challenging yourself, or the universe challenging you to see, like, are you ready for this? Like, are you made for this? And to show you that you are supposed to do stuff different. And then when people doubt you and they don't know what you're talking about, and they freaking clueless in the middle of conversation or just whatever, you have to keep going. I don't know if you'll be happy any other way. So, this has been Numerology number 1, the number 1 life path, and I'll be back. Thank you for joining me.